sunset we'll ever see. If we only had a little more time.
We are the true masters of the Earth sphere. Hey, everybody, it's your boy Sleepwalker, the man who walks through dreams, and we are back with another episode of Too Deaf D&D, except we're doing a different game today, Monster of the Week. Now, I've never played Monster of the Week, so I'm excited to see how it's going to go. We got Jeff as the DM today. He's going to be guiding us through. We've got our characters with us. We'll start with me. I'm going to be Mr. R. We have Jeremiah over here, who's going to be Rusty. We have Matt, who is I forgot that. What's your name? It's always your name,
Dr. Eel.
Dr. Eel. And John, we have a Shepherd. Is there like is this just going to be Shepherd? Is this like Mass Effect? You there, John? Or did you mute yourself? You probably
It's breaking up for me. Anybody else?
All
No?
right.
You-
That kind of broke up for me too. But now that we've established our characters here, we're going to go ahead and get into a little Monster of the Week. I want to see where this goes. So let's go ahead and hand it off to Jeff.
I'm Jeff. You may know me as a player from 2Def D&D. No, so quick like little rundown about Monster of the Week. It's a 2D6 system. It uses a game system called Powered by the Apocalypse, which is super easy, super to pick up. I will say, it's really easy to pick up, so everybody can probably get the rules as we play. Viewers, obviously, not players. It's a little bit more complicated for them. But real quick, 0 or 1 to 6 is a failure when you're doing any kind of check. 7 to 9 is a mixed success. That means you do kind of what you're supposed to do, but something bad can also happen. And then 10 to 12 is a complete success. That means whatever you're trying to do, if you roll a 10 to 12, you do it flawlessly and nothing bad happens. But that's a rundown. That's the general.
I had a dream about rolling a mixed success last night.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
What?
That
Oh,
wasn't a
awesome.
dream, baby.
I can't tell you all about it though because it'll give away character information.
I need to ask you guys collaboratively as well as a party. How do you want to start off? Do you want to either A, be a group of real monster hunters, or B, which is my favorite option, being a group of kids or adults, whatever, of people that have like just recently started watching like Paranormal Activity TV shows that kind of took off in the early 2000s, and you're trying to start your own TV show.
I'm down with that. Like the jackass of monster hunting.
Oh, my favorite's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, well,
I'm here for that. I wanna do
my
that.
character kind of goes against that, but I'll play along with it.
You're
Yeah,
just
my
trying to get,
character's
we'll say you're
my
trying to get
character
rich from a TV
legitimately
show.
is a monster hunter.
What up? Say that again, John. You're muted also.
I was saying my character literally is a monster hunter. Like that's literally what he's become.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do too. So I don't know if we can exactly do that, but let's roll with it. Let's just roll with it.
My vote is for half of the party being really into it and real monster hunters and using the TV show thing as a cover, and then the other half literally thinking they're filming a TV show.
I just want to be in a TV show because I've never been in one before. I want to try everything.
All right. No, that's good. That's good.
And I'm gonna say the Crooked, John. That's gonna be that's your class, right? Oh no, John.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, it is.
Okay, so the Crooked, they automatically just get a car. That's a thing. If you guys weren't going to play as a class that has a car, I was just going to give you one anyway because, real
Take
playing
one at
games.
any time, can I?
Say that again.
I said I can jack one at any time, can't I?
I mean, it would be real frowned upon.
John, can your
I'll be-
car be a van, a white panel van with no windows?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, but I will make it a van though. But it's going to be like one of those old minivans that has like the wood panel inside.
Make it like one of those
Like-
arrow
Can it
stars.
have a dragon
It
fighting
would-
a lady with a sword half naked on the side?
Yeah, yeah. I have a friend I just met who like begged me to do some art on my van, and that's what they put.
Oh Lord, they airbrushed it. Okay.
These lights really make you know you need to shave, huh?
Okay. You guys ready? You guys ready for some monster hunting?
Let's do it.
Dude, that van
Cool.
sounds
So-
wild.
So, the year is 1996 in the year of our Lord. There's just to set the mood. You guys are hanging out in your Jinko jeans, blasting some Biggie, or for Jeremiah,
R.I.P.
what was it, Crisscross?
No, and it's actually Silverchair now.
You're super into Silverchair, and and there's like a drone shot of a big van with a immaculate portrait of a dragon fighting a lady with a sword going down a highway, and we kind of zoom in on the driver. And John, who are you, and what does Shepard look like? Just give me a description.
All right, so Shepard is a ex hitman. Essentially, he was kind of into some shady business, and then came into the underworld, and he got a hit on a supernatural creature, and he's kind of taken aback like, what the fuck, and he was really good at it, so he's getting into the underworld. He looks kind of like a mix between Jason Statham and Mike Hermantrout. Like he's a little bit older, but like he's kind of like short and stocky. But you could just look at him and tell that he's a badass. And I always wear, kind of like a shirt that comes like I'm always like look like I'm always on the job.
Okay, dope. I dig it. And out of the other three, who would be riding shotgun?
I'll be riding shotgun with him, Mr. R. He is from the clandestine group of the Eternal Order of Knights Guard, a government organization that basically monitors these activities. And he looks like a black man with a scruffy beard, not really, like more or less stubble, 5 o'clock shadow, very short hair, glasses, like a what's it called, button up and a tie, but very unbuttoned at the top, kind of disheveled, like he's been doing this for a while, and and basically some slacks, and kind of looks like he works for an office, but he's been working there for a little too long.
Dope. And how is Shepard and Mr. R related? How do you two know each other?
I am his handler. You want to go with that, John?
Well, I was about to say like we could have been like had the same hit, like we had the same person that we were going after.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like we would have been rivals, but we actually became friends. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
okay. So
we had the same we had the same target we were after, and normally that we call is like for us to have to fight it out, but we actually have mad respect for each other.
okay. I'm
And
going
we
to go with that.
say that it was the same target, and John, that's how you found out about the supernatural and the paranormal, is through that target.
Right, and that actually makes sense because it'll be the first time we experience something like that. And it kind of made us,
Yeah, and then I can
make you
just,
know,
he could probably have helped me with it, and I can see his skills, so I kind of like, kind of get him in there because I've been with the organization forever.
Yeah,
yeah, I like
cool.
that.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And you have Mr. R, you have a letter in your lap amongst like a map, a road map,
Mm-hmm.
and that letter is the entire reason you guys are on this trip. You read over it, and it is from a contact of yours in the organization. It's just signed Perkins, but to paraphrase this letter that I'm making up as we're going, it says, there's a family in a town called Elder Ridge in southeastern Kentucky that they've been reaching out to try to get help through their family. They're terrified. They have been writing letters, making phone calls to anybody that they can, and word through the grapevine got to your contact, and he sent you on the case.
All right. So I'm going to be driving. Right? We're going to be driving.
John's driving. It's his van. You're
Yeah.
riding shotgun, navigating.
All right. Looking at the letter, I look at John and say, "You read the shit. This is the most on the nose thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like somebody's trying to go ahead and wave a big red sign and then shoot a flare off in the sky that we're infested with some sort of eldritch horror."
As long as they pay, I still can't believe I let the son of a bitch paint my van and stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. we're gonna have to go ahead and lay low before we can really get into this assignment. So I think we're gonna have to check this family out that they're talking about. But let's play it safe. Let's not go in hot. What do you think we should be? Police? That's usually the easiest.
Yeah, I got a couple friends on the force that can help us out with our transgressions. So
I have a
we can do
question
it.
for DM.
Yep.
Are we all in this vehicle?
You are.
I'm gonna be like from the back. I'll be a policeman.
And
Rusty?
that's your
Oh
cue.
no.
Describe
he-
Rusty.
You guys look back, and he is an 11-year-old boy.
Mhm.
He has red hair and freckles. He's wearing jean shorts and little canvas Converse shoes, the white ones. He has a yellow and white horizontally striped shirt and a blue hat with a little propeller on top. And because he's recently got really into Silverchair, he has his medium length red hair combed down over one of his eyes.
I'm gonna yell back, "No, you little son of a bitch! You're staying in the van."
I've never been a policeman before. I'd like to do that.
Rusty.
And Rusty-
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I channeled Aldo for a minute. Hold on. I was like, Rusty, you know, kid, I really want to get you in there, but I don't think this is the proper time for you to go ahead and start trying things out.
I can fight.
And Rusty,
Oh.
how are you related to Shepard and Mr. R?
So Rusty is from Munfordville, Kentucky. It's an Amish settlement. He is actually currently on Rumspringa. He is Amish. But since I'm on Rumspringa, I want to try everything that everybody else might get to experience that I won't. So I've heard there was a TV show about to be filmed, and I was in on that. So I met up with these guys and displayed an actual startling amount of knowledge for the paranormal. So I guess maybe that's why they picked me up. And yeah, so now I'm here just trying to make it on TV. I actually only know, really personally, one other person in the van.
Yo, so
That would be
metagaming
Dr.
real quick.
Ill.
Metagaming real quick. If you just said Mumfordville, bro, that's where my dad's like from. That's where my dad lives. He lives in Hart County.
I just looked up
It's
Amish
just hilarious.
settlements in the Appalachian. That was one of the ones that came up.
Oh
I was
no,
like, oh,
he
perfect.
gets Amish guys to do all kinds of shit for him. They're like for real Amish or all over the place.
That'd be incredible.
Oh,
No
shit.
lie.
And
All right.
you mentioned there's one other person that you know in the van. And Matt, go ahead and introduce your character and describe Mr. Eel.
Okay, so I was admitted to App State at 14, and I graduated with a PhD in physics at 17. I was known so well for my antics and being smart at that age that they promoted me to the head of the physics department until my obsession with the paranormal got me kicked out. I look like about 6'5". I'm wearing the typical 1990s parachute pants, like the MC Hammer parachute pants.
Are you wearing a windbreaker too?
Oh, yeah. I'm wearing a windbreaker, and my hair is stark white, but I have that Vanilla Ice buzz fade with a rat tail.
The most 90s thing I've ever heard in my life.
And how I know, what is Jeremiah's character's name again? Rusty?
Yeah.
It is because through seeking through the paranormal, I happened across this kid in the forest. And that's how we met. That's all that we know right now. But having said that, I'm kind of standoffish. You see me mumbling to myself quite a bit. And that's about it.
Okay.
Rusty
All right,
also
well.
says all kinds of 90s shit, by the way.
Did you
See
say that
Rusty
your
look
character
over at
was-
Dr. Eel and
Did
he
you say
goes,
your character was 6'5"?
6'5", yeah. Tall,
Okay.
gangly.
I go, Dr. Eel, those pants are the bomb.
Rusty, I'm going to need you to keep your useful appetites to a minimum. But I need to pick your brain about these monsters.
And I say,
real
talk to the hand. And I hold my hand up.
fast. I take a hit of the cigarette, because I'm a chain smoker.
What was your name again, Sleep? Mr. L or what?
Mr. R.
This is the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that seems right. Smoking's totally good for you. Government says so. They
It's
wouldn't
never
lie.
been proven that it's never been proven that it hasn't, Rusty. It's never been proven that it has, Rusty. But I'd like to pick your brain about this monster real fast. What do you think? Family, eldritch horror? What are we talking about?
Oh, you know, could be anything really. Won't really know till we get there.
You think the doc knows it? You know, the doc thinks anything? He's not
Hmm?
much of a talker.
What did you say?
You know anything, Doc?
About what?
About the monster. Can you drive anything from what we have?
I
With
can't
the
see the
boy,
letter
we-
on it, by the way.
We won't know until we get there.
Well, I hate walking in without having a plan, but it looks like we're going to have to go in raw and skinny. So,
We never really have a plan. It's life.
well, you never really have a plan. I've been in this business for quite a while, and if you don't have one, you end up like the guy that we saw last week.
I say, also, would you mind reading that letter to us? I don't remember what it says.
All right, you want to, Jeff, because I do. You have
Oh,
it?
yeah. Like I said, it was a letter that I totally made up on the fly. But
Okay, hold on. I'll make it up. I'll make it up. I got it. Dear, dear clandestine organization, we know we're not supposed to know your name, but we are desperate. We need someone to come down here and help us. We're seeing things that we can't understand or explain. And we think that your organization, even though we're not supposed to know about it, would be able to help us most definitely. Please come to this address that we've written down and help us as soon as you can.
Rusty shakes his
Literally
head.
no context clues.
Rusty says, that sounds like a ghost to me. Definitely not alien. Aliens aren't real. That's silly. He just laughs.
Of course not. We're here for the paranormal, boy.
Yeah, right?
Of course.
You'd be
aliens-
surprised what it is.
Of course, aliens aren't real. Reagan would have told me that years ago.
And as a group effort, where are you coming from? Like, where is actually, Mr. R? Where's your headquarters? Where were you sent from?
I was sent from a black site in Britain. That's basically all I get. But let's say for here, we were stationed in some place in a site in Kentucky, undisclosed.
Okay, we'll say around the
Mm,
like around the Newport area, like around Ohio, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Ah, the good side of the river.
There's no good side of the river, Rusty.
The better side of the river. The least
And,
likely
yeah.
to get murdered side of the river.
I can
All
go
you
with
clicks are rednecks from Louisville.
And yeah, with that being said, it'll take you about 4 hours, depending on how fast the van goes. I don't want to put words in the van's mouth, but if you guys can at least go the speed limit, it'll take about 4.5 hours to get from
We're not.
up where
We're
your
not
side is.
I mean-
the speed limit. God damn it! That's how you get the cops involved.
I suggest we don't go the speed limit either. Time is of the essence. We don't know how much this is spread or if it's even something at all. But if it is, it's best for us to get there soon.
Okay, so is that the plan? You guys are just making a beeline straight to? You have the address as well. Like
Mhm.
it's not going to be an issue finding the place. It's just more of a matter of time.
Hold
like
on
how
just
long
a
it's gonna
second,
take to
guys.
get
Let me
there.
open up this atlas. And you see me just unfold this huge map that takes up the majority of the van. I'm like, okay,
Here
I
we
think I got it.
go.
You know, they have this
Yeah.
new technology coming out. I believe it starts with the G. It's something that's supposed to help you with mapping. I can't
Yeah.
wait till they get it off the floor. I've been looking at it.
They're a little behind on that, but you know, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. So, you boys don't want to stop for tacos or anything, right?
Is Taco Bell running in the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
I can't
Oh, yeah?
remember. I've had too many concussions.
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
man.
real, not Rusty.
That was their heyday.
That's when you didn't
You
know
guys
what
have-
was in them.
You guys ready for that Space Jam coming out?
I can't wait.
Michael Jordan, so good.
King Jordan, he's just going to be incredible.
I hear he's a great guy.
And as you guys are like ball hooting down the interstate, what are you listening to, John? What do you have on the radio? This is your van. What is Shepard blasting?
On a ceiling, on a porch, let us say.
No, surprisingly, I'm bumping that Tupac Shakur because this is the year he died. So
R.I.P.
he just died, so rest in peace to the GOAT.
Dead. Yeah, sure.
Has Biggie died yet, Jeff? Have we made it that far in the timeline of 97?
No, he died in
97.
98.
No, 97.
Oh, yeah.
This is ominously like weeks before his death.
What about Princess Diana? When did she die?
Oh, I don't know.
This plays into my character story. I need to find out.
August 31st.
No, she's probably not dead either then.
No, she's probably about to die. Actually,
did you guys see that Princess Diana in the news? She's so beautiful. Nothing ever bad could ever happen to her.
I'm sure nothing could ever happen to her bad to her, Rusty. And I look over
and I miss Tupac, but at least we still have Biggie, right?
I look over to Shepard while looking back at Rusty, and I go, "You know he's not dead, right?"
I'm gonna end up killing this kid before it's over.
Oh, leave him alone. He's just curious about the world. He's never been outside of that little bubble in that little town, chopping wood and building houses for some sort of, eldritch being they call God.
There's enough men with big brains and small arms.
Well, we need all the brains we can get together to figure this out.
Oh my God, guys! I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but the Heaven's Gate cult committed suicide in '97.
No.
I'm gonna work my way into that somehow, like Forrest Gump.
Oh man, you boys thirsty for Kool-Aid? Before we stop off?
Rusty is listening to a Sony disc player that with anti-skip technology.
A Discman?
Yeah, he's listening to "Jagged Little Pill" by Alanis Morissette.
State of the art.
Nice.
Oh God,
and if you guys are just making a beeline straight there, not stopping to eat or anything like that, it's a fairly simple travel. You guys have been on highways before, you know what they look like. You're on a 4-lane interstate. You follow that a couple hours. The last leg of the trip, though, it goes from 4 lanes. You take an exit. Then it's just like a 2-lane highway. And you follow your directions a little bit more. And that goes from being, 2-lane highway to just like a 2-way street. So, and you pass a sign that says, "Welcome to Elder Ridge." And as you're driving through town, you see that houses and like businesses are sprinkled. There's not a very densely populated area. Like you'll see a house go about half a mile, see another one. You see a little mom and pop diner on your left as you're driving down the road. There is Elder Ridge Public Library a little ways down the road on the right. A little general store. It says Bill's Groceries over the on the sign. No relation to the Middlesboro Bills. And about half a mile after you pass the library, you take a right, and it immediately goes from a 2-lane road with double yellow lines to it's still paved, but there's no lines painted anymore. And you follow that road for about another 5 minutes, and it starts to slowly get in worse shape, and you're eventually on a dirt road. And after following this dirt road for about 15 minutes, you come up to a quaint little house. It's kind of sticking in the middle of nowhere. You haven't passed any other houses. You recognize this as your destination. And here's a little picture. and there's no driveway, but there's plenty of room to like park on the side of the road to where you won't get hit. It's a little cabin, 2 stories. On the front porch is a tall or a kind of tall, about 5'7", woman with dark black hair tied back in a bun. She's wearing a blue dress with white flowers on it, and she's holding an ashtray that's just overflowing with cigarette butts, and she's smoking. And once again, you guys
Where is
recognize
she again? Where is she?
standing on the porch. And you guys pull up knowing that this is your destination, and she kind of gives a little like half wave, like she's visibly confused, but you're here. You're where you need to be.
See, oh, this
Alright,
looks
so
like
we-
one of the houses that they built in Mumfordville.
And so we pull up to the house, and we're all singing in unison, "Biggie, Biggie, Biggie, can't you see?
Mhm.
Sometimes love just hypnotize me."
She's bobbing her head.
Not me. I'm singing. Oh, I got one hand in my pocket and the other one.
But
Stop
you
trying
have
to go
headphones
against the
on.
grain, Rusty.
Yeah.
You have headphones on, so you're singing like obnoxiously loud and out of tune because you can't hear
Well, they're
yourself.
not noise canceling. That didn't exist.
Right, you
it?
just
Stop
have
trying
it,
to
have
go
it
against
cranked
the
all the
grain.
way.
This
Did
is
it
premium
exist?
hip hop.
Yo, this is when the song Pony came out. This is the same year, so I'm
The staple of every middle school dance. Songs about riding dicks.
Oh, you're not wrong though.
This is a geographical oddity.
Well,
Hmm.
we're gonna have to get
And-
out and see something. I think we talked to the old lady. What should we go up as? Police? We don't want to scare her, and we don't want to all get out at the same time.
I can get out first. I'm not scary. I'm a little boy. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Not suspicious. 11-year-old boy getting out of the van.
That's a good idea.
Should I jump out and yell, help, they've kidnapped me?
No, actually, after reading the letter, should they pretty much think they know what we are. So let's just, maybe we should all just.
I've
go.
never done that before, though. I think it would be a good experience.
To pose as.
I only
police
have
for no
so
reason.
long to decide where I want to live.
Well, Rusty, you take that time and you think it out, though. But
Meh.
Meh.
I say,
that's
oh, snap. That's a good idea.
That's the kind of effort I like to see, Rusty. Also, let's go up and talk to this lady and try not to scare her, which means that maybe none of you talk. And so we get out of the car, and I'm going to walk towards the lady and be like, "Madam, I'm from the Order of the Knights Guard. I think you sent a letter our way."
And she kind of is taken back by just the assortment of people that get out the van, and she looks at you. She says, "The Order of the who? What?"
We're a clandestine organization that likes to help people like you with problems that you've already addressed with us, such as not knowing the manner of issues going on around you, seeming somewhat mysterious.
I'll yell,
She's,
we're making a TV show. You're going to be famous.
Yes.
And she looks over at you, Rusty, and then looks back at Mr. R, and she says, "Well, I don't want to be famous or anything. I just I was kind of in. I was having a little bit of a conniption fit, if I can be honest, and I just started calling and writing letters because my 2 babies they were talking about hearing things at the night and having nightmares, and it was scary. They scared me with their story, so I figured I would try to seek some help because I even went down to the local First Baptist, and they told me I was crazy. They didn't want nothing to do with it. And,
We understand.
Who's holding the video camera?
Oh yeah, I forgot we are doing a show. John, why doesn't Shepard hold the camera?
I say, it's
No,
okay,
I'm
man.
definitely not holding the camera. I'm sitting back like off in the
I'll hold it.
the distance. I'm not right up in the middle of any of this. I'm
I'll
definitely
hold
not
it.
the type.
This camera's as big as Rusty because it's the 90s.
It's on your shoulder. You got the
I
little
say,
periscope.
it's
from the
okay,
side.
man. We can blur your face out and give you one of those really deep voices, like Darth Vader from that new movie. And I look over at Dr. Eel and say, "Can we do that? Is that something that can happen?"
No.
Oh, yeah, we can do it.
The paranormal woman. Tell us what the paranormal.
And she says, I don't know if there is anything necessarily paranormal. I guess there is. I don't know. I'm just more scared than anything. I haven't really even seen anything. It's my kids.
I think we need to talk to your kids then.
Well,
I can talk to them because I also am a human child. And they can relate to me.
So young, so innocent.
Rusty, I'm going to need you to hold that camera.
I've already put it down. I'm going over toward the door.
I'm like gonna pick up the camera and hold it with him and like, could you explain exactly what's going? Exactly what did they say? And while I guess
Also, she's stopping me from going inside her house.
No, she actually just says, well, come on in, I guess. And
I'm in there looking for those kids.
You walk in.
I'm gonna put down the camera, and I'm gonna do they have a kitchen area or anything like that?
They do. It's a house, so there's kitchens and houses.
Look at this futuristic decor
above the fireplace, and I lick them.
But
I'm gonna try to grab her attention, and so she doesn't see the total fuck show going on.
I look at all these guys. My eyes are huge. They are huge, and I say, "Do you guys see that remote? These people may be for some sort of futuristic civilization.
Can I stay right outside the door?
They may be time travelers.
Yeah.
Be on guard."
So everybody but John, everybody but Shepard, when you guys walk in, since he's the one he's still hanging back outside, you get in and there's like a muteness to the paint in the house, but you also feel like a muteness, like a suppression to you, to your spirit, your soul. You feel this heavy, like, I don't want to say force, but it's like a gut feeling. Everybody just instantly feels, oh shit, there's something in here.
I'm gonna ask this lady where the kids are again.
I'm sorry.
Feel that pressure, boys?
Hey, we're in the vortex. I can taste it.
I think it's got something to do with that remote. I'm telling you, very suspicious.
That thing is huge, by the way. Look how big it is.
There's so many buttons. What could it even control?
I want to be very on edge. I'm going to be like, Mr. R, what is it?
What could someone even have? Beta ray, VCR, TV? That's all there is.
I don't think the ancient civilization of Panasonic is going to be helping us anytime.
We don't know. We never can know.
I want to scream into the door saying, Mr. R, what is it?
There might be something there. There might be something there, Shepard. I want you to keep an eye out. But until I know exactly what it is, just play cool.
I go over and I keep after I lick the cats, I look at all those books. I start rummaging through all the books and just pulling them up and look like I'm reading them really fast and flipping to the pages and putting them back and then mumbling to myself.
You're looking through the books and they're mostly just like bargain bin, like $5 for $1, like
John
secondhand
Grisham
books.
Novels. Danielle Steele.
You see some bangers like the Great Gatsby's there. A few like comics that the kids may have picked up are there. Bunch of cookbooks, and you get a sense that that she just reads to read. She don't really, or she just buys them as what's the word I'm looking for? She buys them as decoration.
So what are these kids doing?
You don't know. You haven't asked her.
I've been trying. I've been looking for them. How many rooms are in this house?
Madam, can we?
I'm checking them all till I find these kids.
Madam, could we speak to your children and maybe they can tell us themselves exactly what they saw and heard?
She says, I mean, yeah, but usually, well, first off, my name's Dory. Dory Hopkins. Not nice to meet everybody. I guess
Nice
y'all
to
are
meet you. I'm Mr. R.
y'all aren't good on
My name's
introductions. I guess.
my name's Rusty. Rusty Smucker.
And she goes, "Okay, Rusty, nice to meet you." And she like tries to shake your hand, but is only using like her 2 fingers and her thumb, and just because you have little kid hands.
My fingers are like way longer than they should be. I'll shake her.
Names
And
aren't
she's kinda-
important.
She's kind of grossed out,
Where are the kids? What the paranormal?
and she says, "Oh well, they're probably upstairs in their room. If I had to guess, either in their own rooms or in the room together. I don't know. They're just up there playing."
Well,
Can
let's
you
go,
call them
guys.
down?
Let's go up
We're
there
gonna
and
do
talk to
all.
them in their natural environment so they're more comfortable.
And
And also so we can check out another room.
she says, "Well, down that hallway at the end is that door on." She says, "Follow that hallway at the very end. There's a door on the left that leads down to the basement. The door on the right leads upstairs. There's the kitchen. The bathroom's right beside the kitchen, and across the bathroom's my room." And you guys are kind of like putting a lot of information at her and like being kind of eccentric, and she is starting to get spooked
I
because you
say,
guys are.
ma'am, don't worry. There are definitely not any kidnappers nor pedophiles in this group. As I am a human child as well, and nothing has happened to me.
She says, "Well, I didn't even think about that now, but now that you mention it, maybe
It's
y'all
okay.
are a bunch
It's
of
okay.
pedophiles."
I'm 11.
And you're going to have to do the first roll of the game.
I am
So
11.
roll manipulate somebody to see if you can calm her down.
All right. All right, I'm
This
doing
is
it.
absolutely ridiculous.
What do
Do
I
you
roll?
want us to find the paranormal or not?
Roll manipulate somebody. So on your character sheet,
Yeah.
there's a little scroll up. I'm looking at you. There's a little arrow that says Hunter Moves reference. Scroll up, not down. All the way up. It's under your name.
I was all the way up.
All the way up.
Hunter Moves reference.
Yep.
Manipulate
And then
someone.
manipulate someone.
One do I click? Doesn't matter.
Click the red dice right beside it.
There's 2.
It's the same thing. It represents the 2d6 that you have to click.
What's this mean? Input value.
Keep it as default. And then 0 forward because you don't have anything forward. And you failed. So that failure, first mark experience because you failed a roll. And she says, I don't much like yins being here. Y'all are starting to really bother me. It's
I'm gonna look at the other guys.
if you're gonna like talk to the kids, yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
I'm gonna look at the other guys and I'm gonna say, are we gonna have to take this a different direction, guys?
Rusty, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and chill all the way the fuck out.
All right. I mean, but when
All
when shit pops off, hey, when shit pops off, you let
And she
Rusty
looks
know,
at,
and I'll bounce because I'm totally bugging right now.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go
She
ahead.
looks at Mr. R and she says, "You seem to be the most reasonable. Can you kind of like keep your friends in check? That one's licking my shit. That one over there is like bugging, and that man outside won't even come in. Is everything okay?"
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
If I wanted to use often overlooked, have you seen that? It's when you act all crazy to avoid something. You can roll to be regarded as unthreatening and unimportant.
Oh yeah, I could have used a thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't I? I could have used a move, couldn't I?
I mean,
Can
you
I
guys have moves for
redo
answer.
that?
Instead of rolling manipulate somebody, do you have a move that would
Mental dominion. When you gaze into a human's eyes and exert your will over them, roll plus charm. Regular people will follow your orders, whatever it is.
Yeah. See if we can.
Hot rolls.
See what
Let's
happens.
go.
Give me a charm roll.
What's plus mean? Do I add something to it?
You do not. That just means you
fair
add
enough.
your charm modifier. So when you roll
Success.
charm, you got a mixed success. So
I can
it's
hold
a
one
mixed
person.
success.
It says on a 7 to 9.
Yep, cool. And that's all you need. you look into her eyes, and her demeanor changes after you do that, and she says, "Maybe I'm overreacting. I'm sorry."
I say, ma'am, what do we need from you is make this go smoothly as possible. You need to just comply with our demands from now.
Jesus, Rusty.
Can I slowly walk
Here
in?
to
Start,
help.
can I slowly walk in as all this is going on and kind of just like start kind of like looking at the books on the shelves, looking at the papers, the overdue bills on the table, like just kind of like focusing on the minute like kind of details.
Yeah, that's fine. Easy enough. You
Do these
same.
other guys know why that worked?
They do not unless you tell them.
I'm not.
Do I maybe notice it being somebody who's dealt with this for a while?
Oh, I'm being sneaky. Do I need to roll for sneakiness?
Do I need to roll?
You do not.
Can I roll to see if I notice it?
If you want, you can roll. Let me see. You can roll read a bad situation.
Okay. How do I roll again?
Okay, at the very top under your name and look, there is a Hunter Moves reference little drop down. You click on that arrow, and it'll pull all of your moves out.
All right. Okay, 100 moves references. Is that on my character sheet?
Yeah, it's at the if you're looking at Jeremiah's stream.
There's a drop down.
Yeah, there's a drop down.
And it says, okay, I get this. You deal with requesting. I don't know if I have any of those moves.
Well, he's checking me out. Do I see, looking around, anything strange about this room that we're in?
Other than that weird
Any
emotional
room,
suppression, not
totems?
really.
Do I know
No.
what that is?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
But
It says I have in my moves battlefield awareness.
it's not in your moves. It's all the way up. There's a Hunter Moves reference. It's a separate category.
Right under look. It's just like one little thing. It's hard to see, kind of.
Yeah, it's a little drop down. You click on that red arrow and it'll collapse or uncollapse.
Right. I'm looking for investigate, mystery,
No, read a bad situation, because those questions you can ask will make more sense to what's going on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Read a bad situation, roll sharp on.
So just click on those red dots beside it, and it'll roll it for you.
Wait,
Do
what?
you only get so many moves like per like D&D? Like, do you run out of moves or what?
No, not like that. If you're using a gun or something, you can run out of ammo.
Did I roll?
It should have popped up something else right after that, like if you're doing it default or something. I don't. What did it say, Jeremiah, when you roll?
Hold one. So I need to put one in this hold. What is hold? Is it, it's a something I can add to a later roll of the same thing.
Okay.
It looks like.
So when you hold, so like with a read a bad situation roll, I'll roll for Mr. R.
That's how I noticed it.
And with an 11, that means it's a complete success, so he can hold 3. And that means you can ask any of those questions, and you can ask 3 of them that are under read a bad situation.
Oh, I understand. So because I rolled a hold of 1, I can give her one order that she has to follow.
Yeah, you can use one hold to control one person.
Okay, well, I've used it on her, so I got 0 then.
Yeah, if you there are some moves that will let you get +1 ongoing, and those are the ones that will let you add to rolls in the future.
All right. Are there some dangers? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
In conjunction with what you're trying to do, you're trying to see if you understand why Rusty was able to convince the nice lady to calm down. You notice that when he was like gazing into her eyes, actually, Jeremiah, you explain it. What did it look like when you were
for just a fraction of a second that most people would not notice? My eyes just like went black for just like flash, like another lens came from the side. Like
And
not a
Mis-
lens. You know what I mean? Like an eyelid.
Yeah. And Mr. R, that's what you noticed. You noticed Rusty's eyelid. His
All
second
right.
set of eyelids.
Well, okay, and let's see. I can add 3 of these, right?
Yep, so that was one. You can ask one now and save the other 2 for later if you want, or you can ask them all right now.
I'll save them then. I just wanted to know that. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm going to wait for that, but I'm going to notice what happened. But I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of the situation.
Do I notice that he noticed?
Uh, I'm going to say not really because you were kind of focusing all of your
true.
attention on her to do your thing.
True that.
All right. But I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm like, Rusty, let's not be so mean to her. Let's not comply to orders. Let's see if we could just go ahead and try to get to the bottom of your mystery. Like I'm talking to the lady.
And Dory says, if you want to go talk to the kids, you can you take that door on the right that goes upstairs, and there's only 2 doors up there. One's Clara's room, one's Bo's room. Just you can go up there and talk to them.
Ma'am, I need to use the restroom. Where was that?
It's right by the kitchen. So you see the kitchen down there. Just take the only doorway on the left past the kitchen.
What about that one on the right? What's that one?
Although that's my room. That's the master
okay.
bed.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go tap for Rusty before he goes to the bathroom. I'm gonna just go in his ear and I'm gonna say, "Parking, anything you can see, let me know."
Hey, home skillet. I'm on that.
Thank
I'm
you,
getting
Rusty.
jiggy. I'm going to her bedroom too.
Don't get too ambitious. Don't get caught.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Booyah.
go ahead
We're
and
on the
I'm
way.
gonna walk away. We're just like, all right, let's go ahead, Doc, and talk to the kids. Why don't you go ahead and stay here? Why don't you go ahead and stay here, Shepard, just to have our back, see if anything is happening down here.
I need to question the kids.
What?
I
You're gonna
need to
question?
I need to help question the kids. This is one of my specialties.
Oh, all right, cool. I wish I knew that. All right, well, let's
Questioning
go.
children is the next convict specialty. All right. See this one play out. Listen, guys, I wasn't in for one of those, okay?
Investigate a mystery. Come on now.
Anyways, I'm gonna go to the kids room. As we go to the kids room, I'm gonna just be looking around, just trying to perceive the area, see if I can see anything is off or out of place that
Yeah.
my weird skills.
You open the door to upstairs and you take a couple steps up, and we are going to cut to Rusty real quick since he's by himself in the. Are you in the bathroom, Rusty?
I do first check out the bathroom very quickly. I don't got to use it, but I'm looking around, see what I see in there.
Check the medicine cabinet.
I'm like investigating pretty hard. I'm looking through things.
You go to open the door to leave, and it doesn't open.
I'm probably going to use something to open that door. I would like to shapeshift to an ant and crawl under the door.
Since you failed a roll earlier, anytime the players fail, that means me as the keeper, I get to take a hard move, and that doesn't necessarily have to be right away. So I'm going to use that hard move now, and as you're about to shapeshift, you're like warming up for it. The shower curtain wraps around you and pulls you into the bathtub.
Can I reach my gun?
I'm going to say you're tied up pretty hard, so you're bound. So no, you cannot. Your hands are like
I'm
at your
trying to
side.
wriggle out.
Give me an act under pressure roll.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so mixed success. So it takes you a minute, but you're able to wiggle out of this shower curtain that has kind of enveloped you, and you look up and it has like it's torn itself off of the shower rod, and you raise up and you kind of look around and you glance over to the mirror, but where you're expecting your own reflection to be, you see the reflection of a older woman about in her 70s. She has no irises, no color to her eyes, solid white, and her hair is like greasy and stringy, like hanging down in front of her face, with a little ponytail tied in the back.
I say, hey, lady, eat my shorts. Then I am going to transform into an ant.
Mhm.
Okay, how does that work? Do you just do it?
It just happens. It's like a little poof of smoke. And I'm crawling under the door.
Yeah, easy
And
enough.
then poof back to Rusty.
Do you wait until you're in the bedroom to do it so Dory, who is in the living room, doesn't see a poof of smoke?
Yeah,
and,
if she's out there where she could see it, then yes.
okay, yeah, she definitely is. This
Okay.
house isn't very big.
I keep rolling then into the bedroom. And poof. Back to Rusty.
Okay.
And I'm going to look
And-
around for any kind of like, specifically for any kind of like occult symbols, totems, anything like that. Any sort of like things that look like they don't belong.
I'm not going to make you roll for it just because there's nothing there. You're looking around.
What kind of
And you
shampoo did they
see-
have in the shower?
You're out of the bathroom. You didn't get a chance to look because you got tangled up real quick. And no, it's real plain. There's not a TV or anything in here. It's just a bed with a nightstand and a lamp. There's a mirror, some clothes laying on the floor.
Do I see that lady in the mirror again?
When you look in that mirror,
Yeah.
yes, you do.
Say, God damn it, lady, you're a pervert. Aren't you? And then, is this door open? Can I leave?
You saying that, I'm actually going to need you to roll another act under pressure.
Yeah, easy. We're about to roll a kick some ass here in a minute.
Not with a mixed success. You say that, you say you're a pervert, lady, and the mirror explodes. And it shatters into 1,000 pieces, and a few pieces come flying towards you.
Do we see any of this?
No, he is in a room by himself. The shards of glass come flying at you. With that mixed success, you get knocked back, but you don't take any harm. So you don't take any damage, but it knocks you back on the bed. And you fall back, and as you're getting back up, you see the same lady, but instead of being in a mirror, she's materialized in front
I just
of
start
you.
yelling at the top of my lungs, rape! So everybody can hear it.
What?
Rape.
Yeah, everybody hears it, but in the meantime, I'm going to describe this lady.
I'm shooting her.
I'm still going to describe her before you do that. She is standing about 6'5", 6'6". A very imposing a woman. She's wearing lots of neutral tones, so grays and blacks. And once again, no color to her eyes. Is all solid white, and she's looking straight down at you. And when you start yelling, Dory comes to the door and starts trying to get in, and smoke wisping through the air, she evaporates.
Oh, I'm not going to shoot
She's
her
not
then.
there. And Dory opens the door.
I'll
and
put the
she
noisy
looks at you,
cricket back in my pocket.
and she says, "Rusty, is that your name, Rusty? What happened? What's going on? Why'd you break my mirror?"
There was an old lady that came through the mirror and tried to rape me. I think I found the problem here.
And she says,
I'm an expert investigator, ma'am.
She says, "You're just as bad as the kids. You
I'm
should
the
go
world's
hang out with
greatest
them."
boy detective. I just didn't want to mention it earlier because people look at me differently.
She
Just
says,
like you're the world's greatest painter.
and she says, "You're no Angus McDonald, that's for sure."
Who do you think taught him, ma'am?
You want to go upstairs?
Have you heard of the
Hey,
Hardy
wow.
Boys? It was based on me, both of them.
And yeah, we're going to smash cut to upstairs. Mr. R, you hear yelling, but then it kind of goes away, and you hear Dory talking. So you get the sense that Rusty was just being.
You hear the
Rusty.
word rape, Mr. R. I just want you to know.
I'm gonna look back at one of the boys and be like, Boys, could you go see what that is? Could one of you go see what that is?
Just want
The
to
only
make this
other person
clear.
upstairs with you is Mr. L.
I want to make this
Hill.
clear for IRL. 3 grown men are hearing a child yelling rape, and they're just like, eh.
Sounds like he's having a good time to me.
I'm gonna look back at one of you and be like, could you go, gentlemen, could one of you go see what that is?
Is it rusty? I'll go check it out.
Thank you, Doc. I need to ask some questions, and I'm gonna go up to the kid. I'm gonna be like, hey there, kids.
You're not around the kids. You haven't gone into their room yet. You're looking down
Oh.
this hallway, and there's some doorways.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the door. Before I walk in, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have the shepherd. I'm gonna look at shepherd. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit less you when we walk in here. Is that fine?
Okay.
I'm talking to shepherd.
Oh, I was talking to myself. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I wouldn't listen. What did you say?
I'm gonna be a little bit less you when we walk in here. Is that gonna be all right?
You know, I have your back, Miss John.
Thank you, but I need you not to scare the children. You are a bit rough.
Oh, come on, man. Give me more credit than that. I ain't gonna scare none children.
Well, I really can't say that much for most of our group as far as being not scary,
I'm
but
making my way upstairs, by the way.
like we're gonna go ahead and try to do this as peacefully as possible so we can get the most information we can. All right, I'm gonna open up the door.
Yeah, you open up the door and you see uh, I'm going to say that this stain on the carpet is Kool-Aid, but you see a Kool-Aid stained rug. There is a little girl that looks to be about 7. She's wearing a pink baby doll dress and has black hair tied back in pigtails, and she's laying on her stomach and she's coloring. And when you open the door, she kind of jumps and she says, "Oh, who, Mom, Mama,
Oh, young lady, I was talking to your mother earlier. My name is Mr.
Mom." Oh,
My, my name is Mr. R. Your mom just sent me back here to talk to you about what you've been dreaming and seeing because we're here to help.
and she says, "Well, you could have knocked. I, uh,
You know
robbers
what?
don't knock. I thought you was a robber."
I'm sorry. I am so sorry. We should have knocked. That is very rude of me. Let me start again. I'm Mr. R. What is your name?
Oh, my name's Clara. It's nice to meet you, I guess. And she
Thank
kind of like goes back to coloring while she's talking to you.
Well,
Can I?
while you're coloring, could you ask me a few questions? What were you going to say, John?
I was about to say, how do you use these skills or whatever or moves?
You
Just
tell
whenever
me
he
if you
tells him.
want to use them. Yep. You just tell me how you want to use it, and we'll see how it works in. So what are you
So do
trying
I
to do,
do
and
I
we'll see
click the
how it
red
goes.
dice or the white box? The red box or the white box?
The dice.
The dice. Well, you have to tell me what you're doing before you just do it. That's
Where does it roll though? I don't see
In the
it.
chat.
it rolls in the chat.
Okay, well I'm going to go ahead and roll investigate a mystery.
Okay, you did that and you failed. So,
shit.
you got a 4. So that means that you don't get to ask any of those investigative mystery questions. But once again, I can take a hard move later. And Clara looks up and she says, "What kind of questions do you need answered to? I'll help you if I can, Mister."
All right. Let me.
Talking to me.
She's talking to both of you.
I made it
Shepard and
upstairs
Mr.
yet, by
R.
the way.
You're in the progress.
Well, you should have met Dr. L because he's going down there to check what just happened.
Yeah. If you're walking upstairs and you
Alright.
run into Dr. L, like you,
Yeah.
but one thing
Let
at a
them
time.
finish.
Yeah.
Well, now
I
I'm
just want to
gonna
be
go.
like, I was. Go ahead, Slade.
Do you want me to talk or are you gonna say something?
No, you go ahead. So,
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. All right, little girl. I'd like to ask you a few questions, mainly about what you've been seeing around the house. Have you seen anything weird, out of place? Something that you've been telling your mom that scares
Uh, she says, well, yeah, grown man, since you're going to call me little girl. Uh,
you?
yeah, we see me and my brother see all kinds of stuff. I don't. That
Anything weird, scary, something that shouldn't be in the house but is.
uh, other than the mean old lady, no, not that I know of. I don't.
Tell me about this mean old lady. What does she look like?
And she says, you can probably see her. She stays around me and Bo, and she gestures up towards her mirror that is on a dresser.
Hmm. I'm gonna look towards the mirror. Can I see anything?
Do you look in the reflection, or are you just looking at the mirror?
I'm examining the mirror, like looking at it, my reflection in it and all that.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened to Rusty happens to you. When you look into the mirror, instead of seeing your own reflection, you see the reflection of this old lady.
I'm going
And
to act like I don't see her because I have like glasses on. I'm gonna
okay,
act like I don't see her, but I very much do. And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get down and I'm gonna be like, so does the mean old lady have scraggly hair, no eyes?
and she says, yeah, she's real big, she's real tall.
Let me ask you, what does she do? Just stare?
uh, and I'm gonna use my hard move since John rode that for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she first off she says, I don't like talking about her. She when we talk about her she gets mad. And I'm gonna need you to roll act under pressure.
Okay.
As while you're talking, the lamp beside Clara on her nightstand starts to vibrate and it is going to jet towards you.
All right, hold on. Let me pull it up. Act under pressure. Luckily, I've got a good score in this. Let's hope it serves me well.
Sure hope so.
And it says plus slash minus forward. What?
Yeah, just leave that blank. Just
Mm-hmm. And then press
just hit
enter.
okay.
All right.
So a 12.
Yeah.
You got a complete success. So uh
Hot rolls.
this lamp, you look up and you see it just in time. This lamp launches itself off of the nightstand, and you dodge it with your stone cold reflexes, and it smashes behind you.
Mm,
And Clara looks up and she says, "That's why I don't like talking about her."
I see why. And I'm gonna get up unfazed by what just happened, and I'm gonna be like, "All right, thank you, Claire, very much. I think I have a picture about what's going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and let you keep coloring and go talk to your mommy now. You have a very nice day, Claire."
Did you say don't talk to your mom?
I said I'm gonna talk to your mommy now.
Okay. And
I'm gonna talk.
she says, "You want me to just to stay in here, and you
Yes.
don't want me to go downstairs not with mom?" And she kind of like looks scared after what just happened.
I'm gonna be like, if you'd like to come down the stairs with us, that is more than fine. Why don't you go ahead and accompany us, Mr.
And
Shepherd? And I kind of shove her over to Mr. Shepherd as I kind of walk behind them, like looking.
I just kind of look at it and be like, if you say so. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go.
And then I kind of look at the mirror behind me and I go, as I walk out, and we're gonna start walking down towards the stairs, towards Rusty and Mr. L.
okay. And just letting you know, there is another child upstairs if somebody wants to ask him
Hmm.
some questions. But yeah,
I,
that's easy enough.
Oh,
I
no, no, no. If that's the case, is he in the same room?
No, he is not. He's in his room across the hall.
Okay, I'm just going to be like, all right, Swell, where's your brother? Where's your brother?
And she says, "Oh, he's in his room. He's probably playing with his GI Joes."
Won't you go run and go get him?
Okay.
I'm gonna be right with her when I do that. Let's go ahead and stay with you while you do that, and then I'll let her knock on the door and talk to her brother.
Okay. And yep. She walks over to the other doorway in this long hallway. Her room is on the left. His room is on the right. And I have a little creepy picture of his room.
Jesus
and
Christ, the upholstery in this house.
and you walk in and you see uh also Mr. Eel and Rusty. You two are doing your thing. I don't know if you haven't said anything in a minute.
Well, I was
But,
waiting until it's my turn.
Yeah.
I've been walking upstairs for an hour and a half. Slowest
No,
kid of
you-
all time.
I guess.
No, you
I guess
ran
I'm-
into you
Yeah,
ran
we
into
bumped
Mr.
into each
Eel,
other, and I
you
kind of
guys just
whisper.
couldn't see
I
what
just had
happened.
him keep going. I'm finding everybody.
I whispered to Russ. I said, "I believe we've reached the vortex. There's some type of paranormal activity around here. Have you seen anything?"
Dr. Ill, let me tell you right now. We need to get these kids out of here. There is a pervert looming around, tried to rape me in the bedroom. And we got to get these kids and this lady out of here now until we figure out
pervert?
what's going on. A pervert.
Um,
A pervert.
a man or a woman?
A lady.
What's the difference?
It's not.
And you guys are that kind of happened at the same time of the incident in the bedroom. So you're like standing on the stairwell and you hear a door slam under you, assuming that it is the door to the basement or bedroom, one of the other doorways.
I get to the other
And you
guys and I
hear-
tell them also, listen, guys,
Yeah.
we need to get this lady and these kids out of here. There was a pervert ghost. I saw her. She came through a mirror and attempted to rape
God
me.
damn it, boy. God damn it, boy. How is it a lady and a pervert? It doesn't make sense.
Ladies can be perverts. What is this? 1960?
If she was a pervert, she wouldn't be a lady.
Pervert isn't a gendered term, IRL.
I'm gonna be annoyed. I'm gonna be like, please get your brother, and I'm gonna turn to them. I'm gonna
Clara
be
looks up and she says, "What's a pervert, mister?"
I say it's that ghost. I saw her too, child. You're not crazy. She's in the mirrors.
A pervert
And she,
is
Right?
a bad person.
and she goes, then the ghost is definitely a pervert.
Yeah, I know. Let's why don't you come with us? We'll get your brother, get your mother, get you guys out of here until we get it taken care of.
Point of order, who is going into the room first with Clara to talk to Bo?
Did I get there before they went in the room?
I'm right behind her, so like if anybody else wants to come in with me, that's fine.
Did I get there before they went in Bo's room?
Yes. They
Then
have
I'm going to tell them
currently
too.
not been in
Listen,
Bo's room.
this ghost locked you in rooms, so we need to open this door, hold it open, get this kid out of the room.
All right, let's go ahead and call him. Let's go ahead and call him to us.
Let's open the door for him because you guys are way stronger than him, I'm assuming.
All right, we'll open the door, and then go ahead and Claire, call your brother to us.
Okay. You open the door and you guys can still see inside there, inside his room. You see a little boy who looks to be about 9 or 10. He's older than Clara. He's wearing. He weighs back, but he's wearing overalls with no shirt on under it, and he's dirty, but not in like a malnourished dirty, but more the I was just playing outside type of dirty. And he sees you, Rustin. He goes, "You want come play GI Joes? You can be Roadblock,
I have
and I'll be
so
Snake
many
Eyes."
GI Joes downstairs that you've never even seen. I have the boat, the big, huge boat. You want to see it? Come with me.
Do you have the Joe Jet?
You know I do. You know I do.
And he goes, "Okay, hang on. I need to take some boys to meet yours. I'll grab Storm Shadow. There's Snake Eyes. Here's Roadblock."
I have all those already. Let's
I
just
look
roll.
at Mr. R and just
What? Say it again. I didn't hear you.
I just look at Mr. R and just roll my eyes.
I say, listen, kid, I know that you need to come downstairs with me to see this stuff, and knowing's half the battle. Come on.
And he says, "Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me put Snake Eyes down. I'll
No.
put Storm Shadow over
No,
here.
just drop them. It's
And
okay.
I don't want to drop them. They're valuable.
I'll give you 2 for every one you drop.
No, these are mine. My daddy gave them to me." And he's very meticulous as he's putting them down. And as he's walking towards the door, who is standing right by Clara?
I'm right behind her.
Okay. Give me a straight tough roll.
So good at this, so hopefully I don't get the repercussions from all my good rolls. Hold on, do I have the other one up? Make this a little easier for myself. Put this in a separate window. All right, and a tough roll?
Yep, just straight tough.
How do I do that?
Scroll down to all of your stats.
Okay, I see.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So that's a mixed success. So you feel a force hit you in the chest, and it's like, it's almost like you got hit by a truck. It takes your breath away, and you feel the door try to slam on you. But with that mixed success, I'm going to say you take 1 point of harm, but you keep the door open and you keep these kids with you.
All right, I'm gonna cut the. As it hits me, I'm gonna go.
Did I see it happen
Shit,
to
she's
him?
moving. I'm gonna go. Shit, she's moving, and I'm gonna hit the door open. I'm like, come with us right now. Come on.
And
I draw
yeah,
Noisy
everybody
Cricket.
saw that.
And I say, listen, kid, do you want to get raped? Because staying around playing with G.I. Joes is how you get raped. Get out of that room right now.
The kids saw Mr. R take that hit from something that they couldn't see, that nobody could see, and Bo instantly gets shook, and he runs out and he grabs a hold of Claire's hand, and they beeline down towards the downstairs where their mom is.
I take out my I take out my gun and I just take out this vial and just douse it in a little holy water and just start pointing it out before me as we walk out the door. I'm gonna be just walking backwards with the boys as we walk towards the door. All right, boys. We got a reflector. It comes from the windows. It comes from reflections, and it seems to be very angry.
I'm hustling. I'm going downstairs, find this mom. Opening the front door.
And while Mr. R, while you're walking backwards, you notice that in all of the family portraits that are hanging up along this hallway, anytime that you can see of the reflection of yourself, you see the reflection of this woman.
Bust them. Bust the pictures.
And I just start hitting any reflection I could see as I go by, striking and buzzing and
Are you pistol whipping them as you're?
Yeah, pistol whipping.
Okay, cool. And
did I find the mom downstairs?
Yeah. She's still just sitting downstairs.
Listen, lady, you got to leave now with the kids.
And she says, I don't have anywhere to go.
Get our van and just go, to a diner or something.
We'll come get you as soon as we
go
know
to Walmart. It's open 24 hours a day.
She says there's a motel a little bit down the road if somebody wants to take me and drop me off.
You can take it. Go yourself.
I'm gonna go there, hold her hand, and then put the keys in there and be like, listen, it's not safe here right now. You need to take your kids and go to that motel and stay there until we contact.
Wait a minute, guys. Let me think about something here. I'll tell you guys, huddle up before this happens.
All right.
What if this ghost isn't tied to this house, but it's tied to this family, and we send them to this motel by themselves with it? Maybe we should keep them with us.
If I'm sitting in the van.
Yeah, but still, that's too far away from us. They lock doors. We can't get out there. Next thing you know, they're all raped.
That's a casualty having him in the house. Not a casualty, but it's a liability having him in the house. We don't know where this ghost is going to strike. Even if we crack all the surfaces, we don't know if she can't come from somewhere else. And if she gets a hold of one of them or the kids, we're going to have to harm the host.
But at least we'll be here.
True,
I
but
mean, we can
they
send him to the
should-
motel. Honestly,
Mr. R, you still have 2 holds on read a bad situation that you didn't use.
Okay.
So if you wanted to ask maybe what's the best way to protect the victims or most vulnerable.
Put them outside with no windows or reflections.
Best way to protect the victims.
Uh, and I'm gonna say since you're like a vet in this field, you're seasoned. you you get the sense that what Rusty says does has some traction as far as being attached to the family, but you have noticed that what poltergeist or ghost might be in this place, the way she's like popping up sporadically all through the house, she is more than likely tied to either the house or something in the house, and it's not
Get 'em.
necessarily the family.
get him gone.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn around to the boys and be like, from my analysis of what's going on, it seems like that the ghost might be attached to the house, seeing as that it's popping up in several different places and has no intimate
Can I,
connection with the people, but maybe an item in the house. And then I'm gonna look at
can I?
Go
Or go
ahead.
ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I keep thinking yourself. Are the kids are right there next to us, right?
Yes.
Can I kind of kneel down on their level and be like, what do you know about the old woman? What does she want?
And Bo looks up and he says, well, she asked me and Claire to go into the woods with her all the time. Every night she talks to us, but like we don't see her when she talks to us. It's more like we just hear her in her brains, and she says we need to go into the woods. That we're not with our real mom. We need to go be with our real mom. And I know that lady ain't telling the truth, cause she is our real mom. We ain't know no other mama.
Where in the woods does she want you to go?
I don't know. I never went.
You think you think that's where the real body is?
No,
It could
I
be.
think-
It could be where she's buried. It could be a trap.
Did you guys hear that door slam earlier? Yeah, it sounded like the basement door. I think we should check that place out.
We'll check
I'm gonna
that.
ask.
If not,
Hey, lady, did you go in the basement earlier?
And she says, "No, that door just slams itself sometimes. We've kind of gotten used
What
to
other
it."
rooms are in this house that we haven't seen?
Well, you've been upstairs. You went in the kitchen when you went to the bathroom, and you somehow got in my room. So I guess the only other
That lady.
room is,
What happened was that lady forced me in there to try to have intercourse with me.
well, I guess the only other room you ain't been in is the basement. I reckon.
let me ask you real fast. Do you know the history of your house?
Not really. This is my husband. This is my husband's house, and he passed away not too many years ago, and I don't know. He wanted to move back to where he's from, and this is, he grew up in Eldridge. We met up north, and
Is there any?
the rest was history.
Do you think maybe any significant places to your husband and yourself exist in the forest
I
outside?
have an idea.
Let me ask this question,
Yeah.
and then I'll get Rusty. Go ahead.
And she says, honestly, I don't know much about the history of the town or my property. I just kind of, blind love. I followed my husband up here, and if he was still with us, I'm sure he could explain more. But
Listen, I'm just a little boy, little human boy. But you know who does know a lot about history? Where there's a lot of information about history of places? The library. We should go check it out.
Dory says they do have some like newspaper archives and stuff at the library. You might be worth a shot. I don't know. She's like, you could stop by there after dropping me off at that motel.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get you to safety. Then we're gonna go ahead and look up some stuff. Now, cell phones. Like do we have what's it called? Those brick cell phones in '97. Like we had cell phones in '97, right?
Do we have walkie talkies?
I'm gonna say that because of budget in your agency, not everybody has cell phones. That's more through the higher ups, but you do have like a CB radio in your
Okay.
van.
Oh, because I was gonna maybe try to talk to the what's it called, the agency, but if we could go to the library, maybe find something, that would probably be a little bit, better than
There's
trying to talk to the agency.
there's also like payphones as well. You can just
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get these kids. Let's go ahead and get them to safety.
okay. And who's all going? Is everybody loading up at once? Are we
Yeah.
splitting up?
Should
Sure.
No, let's all load up.
well, what if something happens in this house while we're gone and we don't see it?
Are the
Well,
kids coming with us?
there's nobody for it to happen to.
It's a good idea. That's a good idea. We should leave one of the kids here.
No,
Well,
no,
no?
that's bad.
Okay,
That's bad.
never mind.
Rusty.
Never
We
mind.
don't want to use. We don't like to use the kids as bait, Rusty.
Oh, I was just saying to keep the ghost entertained while we're gone.
Oh no, we don't want to entertain
Oh, okay.
it. Nice thinking though, Rusty. I'm glad. I like
Yeah.
where your mind.
Tried.
So we get in and Shepard starts driving.
As we start rolling away, I pop the door open and say, "See you later, boys," and I run back towards the house.
I do too then. I tuck and roll out of the moving van.
This is my chance to finally find the paranormal.
I follow
And
Dr. Eel.
I look at Rusty and I'm like, "Are you boys gonna be all right?"
And I just yell as they're driving away, "Yeah, we're fine."
All right, I'm gonna look at Shepard and I'm like, all right, this might work. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to find some stuff. You drop the kids off. I'm gonna try to contact the agency. And Rusty and Dr. Eel over here are gonna probably need help in a little bit.
I look at
But
Dr. Eel and I say, "Hey, Dr. Eel, I think we sent the 2 ass kickers to investigate the newspapers and left the 2 smart people in the house."
I'm gonna. You know what, John? Do you want to drop them off and I'll stay with them?
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
All right, Mr. Shepard.
Once they're out of eye shot, by the way, I'm dropping my shape shifting.
All right, Mr. Shepard is going to go ahead and take you to a safe spot, and we are going to stay and investigate the house. And as I do that,
Oh, I
I'm
don't
gonna
do it
go
then.
ahead- I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take out my radio, take out the radio, and I'm gonna also tell Mr. Shepard, keep your radio clear. Okay.
As all that's
Good
going
call.
on, I walk over to the closest tree to the house and I pull a piece of bark off and I start chewing on it.
I'm getting the noisy cricket out, and it looks like a toy. I said, "This is just my toy gun. Just it makes me feel safe."
Well, are you gonna? I was talking to Mr. Shepard. You reply, John? Or you?
Oh,
Yeah, I will make sure they arrive safely. You know I'm good.
I'll hit you on the radio if anything happens. And as I turn around, I'm gonna try to I press a little button on my radio, and then one of the buttons lights up, and then I press that, and then I hear out of it some sort of weird, voice like like it doesn't sound human, like what I'm talking to. I'm gonna say, is there anything you could give me on the mission 182?
And you hear back on the other side of your radio, you hear Rocky Mountain to Eagle's Nest. Are you clear?
We're clear as far as I can see, but we got a bogey now.
Eagle's Nest, do you have any description as to anything that's going on, or are you just talking to talk? I need details.
I just yell, "There's a break ghost."
We're in Kentucky area. Seems to be a poltergeist woman of
Raper.
old age. Seems of old age, and let's see. She seems to be a reflector.
And he says, okay, reflector, okay, give me one moment. And you hear him like set the radio down, but the button is still like clicked on. And you hear like a bunch of rummaging. And he goes, reflector, Kentucky ghost, round what area?
What was this area again? I forgot.
Elder Ridge.
Elder.
Excuse me.
And he says, Eldridge, okay, hang on. And he's like flipping through a filing cabinet. And you hear like a big thump on the other side of the radio. And he says, Mr. R, you're not going to believe this shit.
Never really do. Go ahead.
He's like, there are around 150 reports of hauntings around Eldridge, like in and around that area.
I take a drag of a cigarette. You think we could pinpoint, or is it going to be too massive?
He says, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how this got past us, how this hasn't been flagged sooner. I'm looking through, and you like hear him like turning pages, and he says, none of these reports seem to be anything malicious. It seems like people are reporting ghosts or have reported paranormal activity, but nothing's hurt anybody in say 60 years. It
Say,
looks like.
Tell him this one hurt us emotionally and physically.
And I tell him like we got a operative in the field, Rusty. I'm sure you know him.
I'm aware. He says, "Nanu."
He has been attacked as well as me, and it seems like this one wants the children to go somewhere. Is there anything in the forest around this area? And there's no like GPS.
And he says, "I don't have any kind of imaging that I could pull up as of right now, but it looks like it all started around the 1930s." And he's still flipping through papers.
All right.
And he says, "Yep, three sisters burned in a house fire is the official report." But
Where was that house?
after that,
Is it
and
what's the address in that house?
He tells you the address, and you don't know the numbers or anything, but you know that you're in a place called Foggy Hollow. And he says, somewhere in a little area called Foggy Hollow. That's is that close to where you're at?
Yeah, that is. We're gonna have to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, it's like Rusty. Do you want to ask something?
No, not to him. Just to you.
Okay.
After.
All right. I want you to keep me informed if you get anything more specific. Go ahead and hit the number back. I'm going to hit the light button again, and then it's going to disconnect.
I'm going to say radio. What's John's character's name? I can't remember it.
Shepherd.
Radio Shepherd, and tell him to ask the lady, was this house very cheap?
That's a good idea, Rusty. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit just the normally, be like, Shepherd, do you read me?
I'll read you.
I want you to go ahead and ask the lady, was this house cheap? Real cheap.
Okay. I want to say, excuse me, man. Don't mean to pry into your financials. Did you get a deal on this house? Was this house exceptionally cheap for some reason?
And she says back, I honestly don't know. My husband said it was in his family, and so I guess yes, it was free. He didn't pay anything for it. He said it was his meemaws.
Ask her if she knows when it was built.
His Nemo. Do you know anything about how it was built? Like, did his Nemo die in this house?
The fits.
Was there a fire? Ask if there was a fire.
Good call.
Was there a fire or some type of tragedy?
And she says, "No, down the road a ways there's some burn up property, but well, it was burned up. I suppose there's just like a foundation and a chimney left. But
Tell him
no,
to drop them off and just come back. Fuck the library.
Go ahead and drop them off and come back.
4. Well, listen up, kiddos. Man. We're here. The whole reason we're even here, we're not trying to waste our time. We're not trying to waste your time. We are here because we are trying to help you. So I need to know what is going on with this house. There's something in this house or around this house that's connected to this old lady. Is this old lady your daddy's Nemo? Have you seen her in a picture before? Have you ever heard anyone talk about an old lady? Like, does she talk to you like she's your grandma? I need some information, kid, so I can help you.
And Dory, their mom, speaks up and she says, "You know, now that you're kind of asking all these questions, and I'm kind of putting it together. No, she don't look like nobody I know, or anybody I seen in pictures, but there was a man that was at the house a couple weeks before all that started, before we got that haint, and that man, he said he is a door-to-door vacuum salesman. He tried to sell me a Kirby, and I told him that I couldn't afford no Kirby, and because we have hardwood floors and we don't have no carpet. We got a nice rug, but that ain't enough to buy a Kirby. That's $200. But when I told him we didn't want it, he got real mad and stormed out. But
He started out.
yeah, he got real mad and left. He vacuumed over a spot on the rug under the coffee table, but other than that, no, he just seemed hateful. But
John, did you tell us that?
I want to radio in like, hey guys, why don't you go ahead and take a look at the spot under the coffee table, see if there's anything abnormal about that. And I just want to be like, well, kid, I don't know if you're an idiot or if you just gave us a lot of advice. We'll see.
I'm gonna
Let's go in and move
for it.
this coffee table and look underneath this rug.
All right, 10 for it. And then I gotta go walk. Let's walk in him.
As Mr. R and Rusty are moving this coffee table, Dr. Eel, you hear a voice in your head that nobody else hears. And it sounds like it's coming from all around you all at once. Just as it starts to rain.
Can I tell what it's saying?
It says, "Why don't you come see me in the basement, baby?"
Ew.
You're the only one that hears it.
Rapist ghost.
And it says, "You want proof? You want proof? I can show you some proof."
Ghost
Gentlemen?
titties.
Yes.
Something gives me the inclination. We need to go to the basement.
I'm gonna say, hey, we'll all go to the basement together. This is a team effort, like the Harlem Globetrotters. But first, let's see what's under this coffee table. We can rule out this suspicious vacuum salesman. Who sells Kirby's out here to these poor people? No one. That's suspicious in itself. Kirby's are millions of dollars, probably. I don't know. We don't have vacuums in the Amish community.
Thousands, but no, we can go.
And Dr. Ill, you hear that same voice again say, "Come alone." Or wait, "Come alone." Yeah, that's more it.
Ooh, sexy.
Why must I be alone?
Does he say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I say,
Do
you're
you?
not going anywhere alone. Big facts. Let's check this coffee table and we'll all go to the basement.
Where are you from?
You know where I'm from. Munfordville.
Rusty, I think he's talking to the ghost.
Oh,
and you just hear, "Suit yourself," and all of the lights in the house go out.
Oh, shit.
Boys, we fucked up.
I would like to make my fingertip glow. I say, first of all, well, I want to do that first. I want to make my fingertip glow like E.T.
That happens.
Oh, I thought
Go
my
ahead.
fingertip glows, and now, obviously, Mr. R's seen it. I say, listen, I need to level with you, Mr. R. Dr. Hill already knows, but I am here on Rumspringa, but I'm not really a little boy from Kentucky. Well, I'm half a little boy from Kentucky, and I just dropped my shapeshift.
Rusty?
And what
And
do
in
you
front
look
of
like,
you, you
Rusty?
see about the same height, huge head, typical gray alien, black eyes.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll read a bad situation.
Yeah, go for it.
I still want to move his coffee table. Look underneath. I'm doing this.
I'm gonna look at Rusty. I'm going to be like, I didn't expect alien, but I knew you weren't human.
Yeah. Hey, it's
So
cool.
11.
Our people and your people are cool.
On a 10 plus, you hold 3, so you can ask any of those questions. 3 of those questions.
I'm gonna say, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yes. That's what you get. Yes. In the basement specifically.
All right. Go ahead. I'm going to pull out.
You can ask 2 more questions, or you can hold on to them.
I'm going to pull out my bigger gun, my assault rifle, and I'm going to start just kind of like
shooting the place
like
up.
Plating like a.
I want to ask another question, but I'll waste it on a one-word answer.
Yo, what's my timeline here? Like, have I dropped these kids off yet? Like, what's happening?
I'll get to that in just a second, John.
I tell them to. I say, I think we should wait on the convict before we. What's your guy's name again? I forgot again.
Shepherd.
I need to write this down. Hold on, let me write this down real quick. Shepherd. Okay. I say, I think we should wait on Shepherd before we do anything crazy, but also help me move his coffee table, and I'll move the coffee table and lift the rug up.
Okay. You move the coffee table, and you see a spot that had been like vacuum cleaned, like it was a when vacuum salesmen used to like spray it down with something, then vacuum it to make it look a lot cleaner than everything else. You see a spot like that, but it's been a while since he was there, so it's kind of starting to like fade back in to like the color of the rest of the carpet. But yeah, you see a spot, and when you lift up the carpet, you don't see anything.
I
There's
say,
nothing on the
listen,
ground.
I don't trust this carpet. Anyway, I'm throwing the carpet outside and shooting it with the ray gun and lighting it on fire.
Okay. We're gonna smash cut to John, to Shepherd. You're as you guys are like getting this rug up and curled up. John, you're taking Dory and her kids to the motel that's just about 10 minutes away. Once you get back on the main road, so like 35 minutes away. And it starts raining there as well. There's a downpour, and Dory is nervous, but she looks at you, Shepherd, and she says, "It's right up here," and she points at it as you're approaching, and she says, "Are you gonna make sure nobody hurts my babies?"
Man, we're gonna do everything we can to keep you and your baby safe. It's the whole reason we're here.
And she says, "Okay, I don't know what it is, but
listen.
something's telling me to trust you."
Well, ma'am, I appreciate your confidence, but I'm gonna need you to do exactly as we instruct you. And if you act outside of those instructions, we cannot guarantee your safety.
And she says, "Oh, we're gonna be right here till you come back and get us."
I'm gonna go ahead and have radio in to Mr. Shepherd while we're all sitting in the dark and be like, Mr. Shepherd, the situation is escalated. We're gonna need you to get back here, and I need you to bring the ghost sweeper.
24. I'm on my way. Then I'm gonna look at the woman. I'm like, you stay in this room. You will be safe. No one knows you're here. It's a safe house. Do not leave It will be boring. You will need things, but you just need to stay until I come back.
Did
Is that
motels have
understood?
TVs then?
She said, yeah, understood. And yeah, motels had TVs, but
I'm
they're
so
like
old. I
big
feel like
floor
the
models, like
90s was
box
like the
TVs.
20s or something. Like, did we have electricity? Was that a thing? Do we need candles?
We had the internet, but was it
Radio him, tell him to bring back some candles.
You guys can all have like little pocket flashlights too, like little clickies. Unless unless you pick because some people can have a watchman's flashlight like a mag light. If you pick that as your gear, then you can have that. But everybody carrying around a little flashlight is not like out of the normal.
Well, yo, I wanna, after I, make sure they're, secure and inside their hotel room and everything's low key. I want to double time it back to the car, double time or the van, double time it back to the house.
Okay, easy enough. And we'll say that all happens in conjunction. That all happens together. And as you guys are bringing this rug outside, Shepard pulls up in the van. And you guys notice too that in reality, it's only about 6 or 7 p.m., but it feels like it's 9 or 10. It feels super late because of how dark the skies become due to this overcast and this thunderstorm.
I look over at Shepard as he pulls up, and I'm like, Shepard, we're really just kind of destroying this rug for no reason. But you remember that one mission in Maripol? I'm looking at Shepard.
Remember it well.
Well, we're gonna have to. We have a situation like that. It seems the doc is the one that can hear, and she said she's in the basement. We're gonna go ahead and confront her because I don't think she's expecting what we're about to bring. Rusty, give
Okay.
us the light and
I
do that
say,
weird shit.
listen, she did say that he needed to come alone. Should
What?
we let him go alone and then just be there for backup? Dr.
I
Eel,
don't
what do you think? It's you. It'd be you on the line.
I'll see you boys in a little bit.
I got a plan though.
All right.
He won't be alone. I'm gonna turn into a mouse and climb in his pocket.
All right, you do that, Mr. Shepard. I need you on site at the top of the stairs. I need you on site at the top of the stairs. And is there any other way we can get down there that maybe she won't notice?
But I'm on it.
Is there like a basement window, Jeff?
There is not. It is it's a big underground basement.
You guys
so-
just gotta make sure the door doesn't close then.
All right, Mr. Shepard, you stay at the door. I'm going to be on the stairs. You stay as a mouse in the pocket, and we're going to be quiet until the sparks fly down.
Don't
Are you
worry.
boys ready?
I'll be as quiet as a pocket mouse.
Let's do it.
Rusty,
So
I have to say your childlike demeanor keeps me solid in times like these.
Hey, that's what's up.
okay. Point of order. Rusty is in Dr. Eel's pocket going down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys make it down the stairs easy enough.
This basement looks
And-
like shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it does.
Looks like
You
my
walk
basement.
downstairs, and you're holding your like finger up to shed some light, and there's a little like drawstring light, just a light bulb hanging on a cord.
I got a point of
And-
order too, real quick.
Yeah.
What happens to my stuff when I transform? It doesn't say. Does it just go with me?
I don't know. I could be real mean and say it's just wherever you were.
Well, I also put the noisy cricket in the same pocket then for it
Okay.
because it's
That
tiny.
makes sense. But you walk downstairs and you pull that little drawstring light, and it's pretty photo accurate. The basement is about the same size of the house because it's a basement. The walls are bare concrete, exposed brick. It's very unfinished. The floor is concrete as well. There is a big shelf from floor to ceiling that is filled with like canning goods. So there's like Dory like preserves her own food. So there's like mason jars full of corn, green beans, cucumbers that are what I like to call pre-pickles, and actual pickles, all stacked on this shelf. And you're down here.
Do any of those candy goods look
Assuming
like
by
they're
yourself.
filled with weird shit?
No, they all just look like food.
Did we turn on the light here?
You're
Can
not down
I
there.
read a bad situation?
You can.
Well, I'm on the stairs. So they're
Yeah.
down there though, right?
Yeah, they're down on the basement level.
It said +0, but I don't have a +0. Should I have added something to it?
What do you roll for read a bad situation? I
Sharp.
think it's sharp.
I have a 2.
I think it rolls automatically for you, but I'm not sure.
Fair
I
enough.
think it adds it in.
It would have been the same result either way, right?
Yeah.
Is it a mixed success? Oh no, it's a failure or a mixed success.
No, it's a failure. 6 is failure.
Yeah, what do I got?
so
An
Mark-
8.
You should have
Mark,
a good amount of experience there, right?
I got 3.
Mark an experience for that failure, and I get to take a hard move as the keeper.
I'm sorry, Dr. Ill.
And Dr. Ill, you are looking around this basement, and you turn your head to the left, just kind of scanning the whole basement, and you scan from left to right. But on your way from scanning back from right to left, you are met, and you're like, you're looking directly into a chest, stomach area, and you look up, and well, I guess it would be the chest. This you see this ghost woman. Once again, no retina, no iris, just solid white eyes. And I know you said you were tall, but she is still like looking down on you. She is taller than you, Dr. Ill. And she says, what'd you do with my kids?
While that's happening, can I run as a mouse out of his pocket and toward the stairs?
If you give me an act under pressure roll.
Yeah, easy. I think I've been rolling that wrong too. I think I can roll plus weird. No, I don't know.
You might have an ability that lets you if you do.
I do have
roll it
one.
as the ability. Don't roll it just on act under pressure.
Oh no,
But
that's
while you're rolling
unnatural
that,
appeal.
While you're rolling, she looks at you and she says, "What do you want with my kids?" And she's staring you down, Dr. Eel.
Those are your kids?
I mean, in a sense. And once again, you hear her voice. You see her mouth moving, but you hear her voice all around you. And she says, yeah, you can call them mine. I have a right to them.
How do you have a right to them?
And about that time, when you say that, she notices a little mouse crawl out of your shirt pocket. And with that failure, she snatches him up. She snatches you up, Rusty.
And I transform back into an alien.
You still take 2 points of harm as she squeezes down on you as you're transforming. And she is now like holding you by the neck.
I'm shooting her with the ray gun.
Give me a kick some ass roll. As you're doing that, I'm going to explain how the monsters work in Monster of the Week. You cannot kill them unless you find their weakness.
Well, I did.
So,
I leveled up.
So you get to pick an improvement. So with that 5, you shoot like you pull your gun and you pull the noisy cricket and you shoot, but it's almost like her body makes a hole before you pull the trigger and you shoot right through her.
Improvement.
And it doesn't contact with her at all. And you're going to take 1 more point of harm as she throws you across the basement and you smack into a wall.
Taking another monstrous move.
So the noisy cricket, does it do what it does in the movie and make like a giant fucking explosion on the side? All right, well, me hearing that, I'm gonna look at Mr. Shepard. I'm gonna be like, "That's our cue, Mr. Shepard," and then I'm gonna go ahead.
It's go time.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and run down.
I got it.
and I'm gonna train my sights on the ghost. And can I like throw some salt on it?
Uh,
Do I have that?
do you have salt in your inventory? That's the thing.
No, I don't.
Would
I
you
don't
have thought to like take it out of the van? Is the thing.
I didn't roll
'Cause-
weird instead of tough on kick ass.
I am a veteran, and I did know this was a ghost before we went back in.
Then also you can roll.
Damn it.
Kick.
I'll take the first one. I just wanted to see what would have happened.
Okay. So you have this salt with you. Give me a kick some ass roll to see if you can see how well you are at throwing this salt on this ghost
All right.
to see just what happens.
Where's kick some ass?
It's right under investigative mystery.
All right. Here goes.
Dr. Eel, what are you doing while all this is going on?
I was about to scream out something, but I'm gonna wait till he finishes.
Nice success.
I want to help him. I want to use help out to help him throw this salt. Since she's grabbed me, I want to grab her too and hold her still.
Okay, yeah, roll help out. And if you get you fail.
Well, goddamn.
You come up behind her.
I'm gonna be the highest
and,
level fucker.
And you
game
try to
sucks.
grab her, and your arms just go through her. And with that failure, you actually stumble forward just as Mr. R is throwing that salt, and he throws salt all over.
I
you,
go in
Wesley.
corporal with my new move, so it goes through me.
Well, everybody's in corporal now, and nobody gets salted.
But so she doesn't take the salt?
Nope, I'm going to say his failure cancels out your mixed success.
Oh man, it didn't say it worked like that, or I wouldn't have did that.
All right.
It doesn't say it affects him at all unless I succeed.
All right.
You failing means once again, you failing means I get to take a hard move, and hard moves are something that just happen, and there's usually nothing you guys can do to stop it.
Sucks.
All right. Well,
Storytelling mechanics.
I guess that was my
Railroading mechanics.
Do we have turns like in D&D, or do we just
Kinda. It's more like if you have an idea, say what you want, but you should also let everybody else have a chance to give input as well.
Hold it.
Not like
Hold it.
All right, Doc. What are we doing?
You still got read a bad situation, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I also have one.
I want to read a bad situation first before I continue.
Ask me one of them their questions.
I don't want to ask what's the biggest threat because it's not really gonna. Are we considered victims? I guess they're considered victims, right?
I mean, they have been attacked, yeah.
What's the best way to protect them?
To make the ghost go away. But to add on to that, you're looking around, and you got a good score and read a bad situation. So yeah, you're looking around as this fight is happening with the ghost, and you see like a very odd placed box just kind of sitting in the middle of the basement floor, and it looks like there's like winter clothes. It's about springtime now, so you get the idea that she just boxed up a bunch of winter clothes and put them down here, but it's out of place, and you notice that.
I would like to cast a magic spell to trap that ghost where it's at. That's the thing.
So
you can banish it technically, Jeremiah.
Well, yeah, but we don't want it fucking with us while we're doing other things.
You can banish it from that place.
I want to banish this spirit.
Row, use magic. And once again, I am going to reiterate that. I'm going to reiterate that no matter what you do, unless you attack its weakness, you're not going to kill it.
I just want to banish it from the basement.
You can banish it. Okay, you got success. What happens on a?
It's banished from the basement.
Issue?
Or place it in habits. I don't want to banish it from
And,
the house because I don't want it to roam free. Just the basement.
That's what I was about to do. I was going to investigate down there for a piece after we banished it, but you got
Yeah.
you got it.
What does it look like when you banish it? What's your alien magic?
Dude, it's crazy looking. It looks like I'm drawing on the energies of the universe. Like little light beams, like when a spirit bomb happens in Dragon Ball Z, and they come up to me, and I just like clap my hands together in front of me, and she just evaporates.
Okay.
Or whatever
that
she
happens.
does.
She evaporates, and
So I want to say, like, I go from, this whole time I've been like super annoyed and like, distrustful of him, and then I see this.
Oh, man,
and,
I'm
like,
an alien already, dude.
I instantly start respecting him more.
cool. And are you still at the top of the stairs, John?
Oh no, I've killed John.
Top of the stairs.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
never
that's
came
where
down.
you were at the beginning of this.
No, I move with the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw salt at the just throw salt on the staircase.
Yep.
Like,
You guys hear the door slam to the basement.
Yeah, we're fine. Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna check out that box that I noticed.
Okay. You walk up to it and it's open, but like I said, it's just like a bunch of winter clothes. And are you like digging around in it as well?
I take one of the jackets out and try to put it on.
You take the jacket out, and you notice that jacket is one of the sleeves to that jacket is tied around a leg to a pair of jeans. And as you're pulling it, that other leg is tied to like a button-down shirt. And I'm going to need you to roll Act Under Pressure as it becomes sentient and starts trying to constrict you.
Okay.
I was going to burn that shit, but it's going to be hard if you're putting it on.
is there any way I can act, maybe to try to grab it?
Yeah, I want to.
You can.
I want to help
Yeah,
him
you
too.
can. One person can roll help out
Oh, yeah,
to
go
see
ahead.
if they can help him.
Can I roll protect someone?
Yeah.
All right. I'll let Raphael help out first.
All right, where's
Because you might not need to roll protect
Yeah.
somebody if he rolls a good help out.
Do I have to add anything to that, or does it automatically add the plus cool?
It automatically does, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
here we go. Let's
It's one thing I wish Roll20 had. I wish you.
yeah.
Oh, so what's that at? A plus
that makes it.
one?
That gives him a complete success. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So it went from being a mixed success to a complete success. So it starts to wrap around you, Dr. Eel, but you're able to just like throw it down and like step out of the way real quick. And it's still like moving around and squirming very much like snake-like.
I'm shooting
But
it.
you're not constricted, and it starts to move towards you. Roll kick some ass if you're trying to shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it with him.
I'm catching it on fire.
All right.
13.
13. It hits, and when it does,
Wait.
it
Do I have advanced improvements?
no, you do not.
Okay.
You have to get 5 regular improvements.
Oh,
before you
shit,
can
I'm
get
on
an
my way.
advanced improvement. You hit this snake, this clothing constrictor snake, and you hit it like in the front, and it like splats and explodes. But oddly enough, you get covered in like very human-like blood from the impact on this, and you look, and this weird clothing snake is bleeding.
Does this give any insight onto the ghost?
Not really. But I will say, if Mr. R wants to use his last read a bad situation, I can give some hints.
All right. I do have a bit of a buff when it comes to doing that, so
You already have a hold.
You already
that
have a
didn't
hold.
use. Yeah,
Oh,
so you can
yeah.
just ask one of those questions.
Let's see.
What does what's most vulnerable to me mean? Is it like
Open
what's
for-
vulnerable on the monster, or what's vulnerable on us?
I think it's like, I want to say it's like to the monster, but it's open to interpretation. Like everything is written very.
Well, I'll go. That's the only one that really fits what we're looking for. So
Okay.
like,
What's most vulnerable? Yeah, as this clothing snake is like slithering out of the box, and it's like going a lot slower than it should because you just blew a big chunk of it away. a little black bag falls out of the box and rolls towards you.
I'm
Mr.
shooting that too.
Mr. R.
I'm
Wait,
trigger
I'm gonna
happy.
be like, Rusty, wait, Rusty.
I'm shooting it.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on like a glove, and then the glove kind of lights up, and then I'm just gonna grab it
This man is
like
Iron Man.
with my 2 fingers. Like,
I'm shooting it
with my-
anyway.
I was like, Rusty, God damn it! Like, let's do a little investigation.
I say, okay, and I put the noisy clicker away. If you want to get killed by the bag, go for it.
Like, I'm gonna pick up the bag.
I'm just saying, I'm an alien, man. Don't touch occult things. Just kill them.
Sometimes we need to understand.
While you
And-
guys are having that situation, Dr. Ill, roll act under pressure again as because the clothing snake isn't dead. It's still moving towards you guys.
Oh, well, I would shoot it then.
Yeah, shoot that.
I already said roll act under pressure, so
All
we'll
right.
see.
No.
It's also a game of who says what first, in a lot of ways.
After that happens, I'm shooting it.
And it wraps completely around Dr. Eel, and it constricts, and you feel like the air leave your lungs. You feel very constricted and out of breath, like you can't catch your breath, and you're going to take 2 points of harm. And if anybody wants to shoot it, they're going to have to unravel it first, because shooting it while it's on him will kill Dr. Eel, or he'll take harm from it.
I'm going to try to pull it off him.
Okay, roll, just give me a straight tough roll
All
to
right.
see if you can get it off of him.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, success, and
shooting it.
you pull it off. Yep.
I pull it off, and then as I pull it off, I throw it to the ground, and then I and Rusty shoot it.
Yep. So, Rusty.
How? It's not even possible for me to roll that with my plus to it.
All right.
I want to
I
pull
guess
up
it
your
is.
character sheet real quick.
Guess it is.
You can roll kick some ass as well, Mr. R.
I know. I'm about to. Holy fuck. Well, let's see.
Oh my lord.
I'm shooting it again.
Let's see.
You both shoot and it whiffs, and with those 2 failures, I get to take 2 hard moves. It slithers super fast as you guys shoot, and you just whiff your shots, and it's making a beeline towards Shepard. So Shepard, roll act under pressure to see if you can avoid this thing sneaking up on you.
We get to use luck to change the roll.
Yeah, you can.
All right. Can I maybe change that roll to shoot?
Let's see if John can avoid it first, because I like where this is going.
Okay.
So, John, roll act under pressure. Also, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Probably muted, John.
Do you roll for natural attacks as well?
You do kick some ass rolls, yeah.
Still there, John? Oh, there you
Okay. With that mixed success, it wraps around your leg, and you don't take any harm, but it kind of jerks you down to the ground. And if somebody wants to just burn a luck point to shoot it and finish this thing
I
off,
don't want
can
to
do
shoot
that.
it. I want to use life drain on it.
Okay, how does life drain work?
I just pick a target and attack, and like it's not a thing that would go through it and hit John.
Okay. Where is that on your character sheet?
I'm like,
No. Natural attacks, where that is.
Let me find it.
It does 1 harm.
Okay. Yeah. So roll kick some ass, and we'll see what happens. Or you can just burn a luck point and just do it.
I don't want to do that. We're just gonna kick some ass.
go.
Yeah, you do it, and as you like drain the life from from this weird clothing constrictor, that blood that was spewing from it starts to like fade and dry up. And you guys are
And also,
downstairs. You beat my snake puzzle.
I get
First
healed
off.
for 1 point of harm.
Okay, that happens. And you're down here with this hex bag. What do you guys do?
I've got the bag and I look at everybody and go, "You all right, boys?
Me.
Doc?
Eh.
Shepard?"
Yes, I am confused, but we're good.
All right, good. Nice to see we're working in a unison like we always do. Let's go ahead and inspect this bag. I take the glove that I'm wearing because it's a special glove, and I inspect it, and I just try to open it.
You open it easy enough. I'm gonna give you this piece of information for free. The ghost will not leave. It will follow that hex bag around
Mm-hmm.
unless you destroy it. But you open it and there's like a finger bone with some like hair tied around it,
Mm.
and
And
like
I'm looking.
another little chunk of like what smells like sulfur.
This looks like the focal point. What it's using to stay here.
Burn it.
Yep. Well, Rusty, you were right. You want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Troy.
I'm going to shoot this bag with an alien ray of death.
Okay. And I'm not going to make you roll for it because it's an inanimate little bag. So you do it, and it catches flame, and as it does, this tall ghost materializes over top of it, and rays of bright light start to shoot out of her chest and her arms and her legs, just all over her. And she's looking around, and she is in obvious pain, but she doesn't show it. And she says, Do y'all think this matters? Don't think you've won." And then she looks at you, at Dr. Ill in the face and says, "You got your proof. Get ready for the dead queen's return." And then she explodes into a shower of light.
Well, that sounds absolutely awful and more paperwork than I want to do. But it looks like we solved this particular house's problem. What do you
So
think?
we
Did
got
you hear
jiggy
what she
with it.
said? Some queen woman's coming back.
Oh, yeah, I know. But I don't think that's going to be now. That seems like something that's going to be like an ongoing happening thing. Kind of like that whole plague, that like maybe like 2-3 years ago when everybody had to stay inside.
Okay.
Doc, I'm glad you're so stable. You're a rock, Doc. So
You win some, you lose some.
we should probably get the family and tell them they can come home, but this is far from over,
I
boys.
say, guys, now that you know my secret, I feel like there's no reason to hide the other things from you. I have a different mode of transportation for us if you guys want.
Is it gonna be weird, and do we have to do
Yes.
anything bodily?
No. Well, if you want,
Fuck
there
it,
are
why
some
not?
probes.
You
I called down a spaceship.
Party bus.
you call down the spaceship.
I called down a spaceship to me.
Okay. Yeah. So bright lights hit the outside of the house, and you can see it through the doorway to the basement. But as that's going on, you start hearing like a furious knock on the door, like an urgent knock.
I transformed back to Rusty.
And I guess you mean on the basement door?
No, on the front door to the house.
No.
Let's go see what that is, and we'll
walk
just.
up to the front door, and I open
Yeah.
it. Me being there, and then I open it, and then what happens?
You open it, and there's a man with like a high and tight haircut. He's wearing like thick rimmed glasses. He's wearing like a flannel, but with a tactical vest over top of it.
I just yell,
And
"Oh my God, it's a spaceship. This man's an alien. Run."
and he says, "I'm assuming it's the fucking little one doing this. Do whatever you have to do to make that thing invisible again." Hey,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a normal
And-
human child.
I think we should.
he
probably...
reaches in his pocket and takes a little like device with an antenna, and he hits a button on it, and you are forced to transform back into your alien form.
I'm going
And he
to
says,
cast mental dominion.
"It does not work."
What?
Hey, Chief.
He
I didn't even roll.
it won't work. He says, "Make that invisible, please."
I'm going to
asking you very
shapeshift into
nicely."
him.
And he says, "Please." He's like,
And
"I
then we'll
don't
say,
care, man. Just."
Let's kill him and pretend to be him.
Come on.
And
Come on, Rusty. Come on. You know,
All right.
you already know what this is.
and he says, "Please, just make it invisible." And then he like has a walkie on his vest, and he says, "Bravo team, I need some backup."
I'm
And
going
he
to say,
sounds like
it's
he
the
doesn't want
government.
to do that.
I'm going to say, you know, you're going to end up exploding your planet because you guys suck, right?
And he says, I guess, and 12 men dressed about the same, tactical gear over the top of civilian gear, walk out of the woods from all sides. And they have their guns trained on you all.
I look at him and I say,
I go in,
"Listen,
Corporal.
We have perfectly fine jurisdiction here. We have been already cleared for this mission. What exactly is the problem?"
He says,
He's gonna
I
come
know
up
he's like, we were working in conjunction with you, and everything was fine until he called down this fucking spaceship.
Listen,
Rusty,
I can't help your guys' cars suck ass. It's not my fault you guys are basically intelligence level of a 2-year-old planet.
Rusty,
And-
can we bring it back down to Earth level for just this time?
He's like, he goes, I know it can camouflage, just please make it camouflage, or at least turn the lights out.
I say, you're goddamn right, I can camouflage, so I camouflage it.
He goes, thank you. He's like, anyway,
Can your car camouflage?
no, it can't. You win this one.
Paint on it with shitty
Rusty,
green
is that
spray
your
paint,
name?
don't you?
Yeah, whatever, man. And he says, Mr. R, can I talk to you, please? And he's like rubbing his eyes.
And I go, yeah, sure. Why don't you boys clean up here? I'm gonna go talk to the agent, and I
I look to the other guys and I'm like, I feel like
I'm gonna before I leave, I'm gonna look at Rusty and I'm gonna be like, and I'm just gonna
these other guys, I'm like, I feel like we owe this lady a rug, kind of.
And
Turns out
and then
the rug was not the enemy.
I'm gonna go out there and be like, all right, what seems to be the problem?
okay, you're standing on the porch, and he hits his radio again and says, Bravo team, stand down. It's under control. And all these men drop their guns, or bring them down. They don't drop them. And he says, "Ha, I'm Agent Johnson with the Supernatural Combat and Tactics Organization. We're working in conjunction with the FBI." And he shows his badge that's hanging around his neck, and he says, so did you take care of her? The ghost lady that was here? Was that
Well, I want you
is
to
she
know
gone?
that it was in the jurisdiction of the Eternal Order of the Night Guard. We did take care of it. And it's not exactly done, though.
And he says, well, I'm really happy that a independent contractor hopped in because we had a
Okay.
lot of paperwork we had to go through. I've been personally surveilling Elder Ridge for a while now. This is the first violent entity that we've had. And he looks back and he sees Dr. Eel being all weird like Dr. Eel is. And he says, Is he okay?
I walk out. I walk past him. I say, And I go over to the van and I just kind of get up on the hood and sit there.
I walk past him with Dr. Eel on the other side, and I also go, and I go sit next to Dr. Eel.
Nice day for a walk, Rusty.
This is pretty normal.
Let's go check out that
actually.
burned down house.
Everything is fine. But I need to go ahead and say that I know you all been watching this for a while, but there's over some odd 100 incidents going on right now. None of them supposedly violent. But you didn't think that was weird that there was so much paranormal activity happening in one town?
And he said, "That's why I'm here. That's why the FBI sent us. I am here to properly extend a olive branch of peace to wonder if you would like to work in conjunction with my organization, the Supernatural Combat and Tactics Team. Would you like to become part of SCAT?"
And I
Yeah.
kind of look with it, like disgust a little, but then I believe we will have mutual interests, so I'll work with you for the time being. One thing, do you know anything about the Dead Queen?
He says, "Let me tell you something about the Dead Queen." And then it cuts to black and credits roll. And that's
I
where
like
we're going to end it.
I like that.
That's fun.
I'm gonna shoot this
All
dead queen with my gun.
I like
I'm
that.
gonna be
Well, that
level
is
10 if we play again. Facts.
we can always play as different characters, right? The next time, or just play with the same if we want to.
Yeah, it's either way.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed that Monster of the Week, and I'd like to thank everybody who came out to watch us and enjoy it with us. If you like this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, get get the name out there. Also, if you want to support your boys, you can go to patreon.com and go ahead and slide us some cash. But I won't tell you no. I'll never tell you no. Now, before we leave, I want to go ahead and let everybody get a chance to shout out where you can find them. Let's go ahead and start with Jeff.
Rowlon on YouTube, stream there, recently switched from Twitch. You can look me up on startplaying.games, and I can run a game just like this for you and your friends. I like to think I'm kind of good at it.
Jeremiah.
My name's Jeremiah. Stream on YouTube, DG20. All social media platforms, DG20. Playing Path of Exile right now. Poison Seismic Trap. Come watch me kill all the Uber bosses.
I am Rafael Santiago. I go at 2DAF, and we're basically all your social media outlets at 2DAF, as well as Fiverr.com, where just me, Rafael Santiago, can help you get a mini music of your choice for your intro or outro. Just go ahead and hit me up, and we'll work on it together. Why don't you go ahead, Matt?
Matt Powers, MPOW12, MPOW12, across all platforms.
John?
And we are on 2Def Gaming on pretty much every single social media platform. Go ahead and check us out. Support us in any way. Every like, share, comment, and rating will do us good, man. Help us get it in front of more eyeballs. That's it. Keep having fun.
All right. Well, we'll probably do maybe something like this next week as well as we go to these summer months, and we're gonna have people kind of moving in and out. We're gonna families having vacations and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit like this before we get back to our big campaign. But until the meantime, in between time, I'll see you guys later.
Duh.